Hello guys, welcome back to another Python drill with Flourish Academy, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to use loops in solving coding problems. Yeah, I said that. We're going to be learning how not to repeat ourselves, and I feel that makes coding easy and more fun. Okay, alright, so why not let's just dive into it right now and just get started. But before you go, please feel free to like, subscribe, share with your friends, because this is an amazing channel. I hope you know that. I hope you're enjoying our channel. Please tell your friends about this lovely channel. We can't wait to hit a 1,000 subscriber. I'm sorry I said it. We can't wait to hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay, yeah, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to be solving these problems. So the first question says bulk collectors, and it says a bulk collector collects bulks every day for 5 days. Write a program that keeps running total number of bulks collected during the 5 days. Okay, the loop should ask the number of bulks collected each day, and when the loop is finished, the program should display the total number of bulks collected. This is quite easy. Now, if you are to run this program without loops, you're going to be writing a long set of instructions. But because of loops, trust me, you're just going to be writing something really short, and that's what we're here for. All right, how do we solve this problem? Let's go back to our VS Code and start. But before you start, I want you to take note of these things, please. The first one is initialization. These are the things you need to take note while you're creating your loop. And the second one is condition. And then the third one is increment or decrement. Now, this will help you in creating your loop statements. All right, I'm going to be saying that and using that to explain the bulk collector. Now, the first one you need to do is initialize. So I'm going to say total num box. That's total number of box. I said name. Sorry about that. Total number of box should be 0 because that's the initial state of the total number of box, 0. Now we're going to create our loops. Now, to create your loops, you need to think about the condition. The condition is 5 days. So this is how for loop works. For loop initialize a variable in a list. Now, the easiest way for you to create a list in Python is to declare a range of value. Let's say, for example, a range, you're taking in 5 numbers, or you can say a range of 1 to 6 also simply means you're taking in 5 numbers. So I'm going to be implementing that right now. So I'm going to say for, this is the syntax for day. That's the name of the variable in a range of value. Now, it depends on how you're going to do it. If you say 0, 5, that will still take in 5 values. If you say 1, 6, that will also still take in 5 values. But because we want to use the value in our print statement, I would like to use 1, 6. I'll tell you why I'm using this. Okay. All right. Let me first use 0, 5, and then I'll change it. Okay. 0, 5, and then I put it, and then I press enter. Now, what do we want the loop to do? Put it, and then I press enter. Now, what do we want the loop to do? We want to collect bug. So we're going to say bug equals to, now we're taking in the input in form of numbers. I hope you know this input, and then you say what? How many bugs do you want to collect today or something? Yeah. How many bugs do you want to collect on? How many bugs do you want to collect today? Let's put it that way. Yeah. So this is going to ask the question, and the next thing we're going to do. Oops, sorry. Why is it showing? Now, how many bugs do you want to collect today? That's the first thing we're doing. And then now, after collecting the bug, we need to increment daily basis. Okay, so to increment the bug, we're going to use our total number of bugs plus equals to, I'll explain that, don't worry, plus equals to bug. And then after that, you should print out the total bug, and that's all. I will explain, don't worry, just hold on. So get out of the loop. You should get out of the loop. Make sure you're out of the loop. This is out of the loop, and then you say print the total number of bugs collected in 5 days is, and I would say, I'm using the string concatenation right now, string total number of bugs, total num bugs. Yeah. So this is the simple way of summing up the code. I'm going to reduce it. I don't know, for some reason why I increased. Okay, I think this is okay. All right, let's run it and see. There's a lot of things to analyze, but please, I need you to go with me. This is going to be a journey, and I need you to understand this concept really cool. I'm going to be twisting and doing a lot of things. All right, so there's a scribble line right there. This means that there's an error. Well, let's see. Why is it taking so much time? All right. Now the question says, how many bugs do you want to collect today? Let's say 7. And then ask again, 6, 8, 9, and then the last one, 4. You can see it says what? The total number of bugs collected is 34. But you and I know, if you have been following my series, you will understand that I really love my code to be well explained. And that would lead me to another solution. So if you're comfortable writing it this way, that's okay. But I'm going to use another solution. That's how I want to do this tutorial this time around. I want to make sure I satisfy everyone. So I'm going to be clicking on another one. I'm just going to be editing this one. Please feel free to, speed this up if you feel this is more of like a repetition, but I'm trying to break it down so that everyone is being carried along. Okay. Now, because I want to, be more expressive with my code, I'm just going to say 1 and 6. That's the first thing I do. And then I go back to using my formats. Okay. Now, to use my formats, I'm going to put my F right there up. Everybody knows that. Like, you put your F after the string, and then you say, how many bugs do you want to collect on day 1? You understand? So collect on day, and then I put the curly braces, then I put day. Now what that would do is put the value of the range in that place. Okay, so that's the first thing I've done to create a kind of like a user experience for my console app. Yeah, this is a console app. Okay, all right, and then I'm going to go right here and put my F again, and I want to format the output in such a way that it looks so amazing. So I say the total number of bugs collected in 5 days is, I think I don't have any issues with this one. I just don't like the string concatenation for no reason. I just don't like the string concatenation. And then I'll just put a scribble line. I say scribble line, the curly braces, and then I say total number of bugs. Now, this is another approach. Now, you can see that I use 0 to 5 is still a range because it's going to take from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the way range works is it neglects the last value and starts from the first value. So it's going to take from 0, 1 to 5. And that's why I'm not going to use 0 to 5 right here. Okay, now let's run it and see the user experience. Now, when I click on flag, now it says, how many bugs do you want to collect on day 1? Can you see? This is more friendly, user friendly. Let me say 10. 10, for example. Press enter. You see? How many bugs do you want to collect on day 2? Now, this is cool. Let me say I want to collect another 10. Let me say I want to collect another 10. On day 3, now let me collect 20. Please keep the count. Day 4, another 20. And now day 5, another 20. Now when I press enter, it should give me, now the total number of bucks collected in 5 days is 80. And that's how we've been able to solve this problem using for loops. Please don't forget what I said, the recap of what I said. I said that to create a loop, you have to create 3 things. First, the initialization. That's what we did right there. This is initialization. We initialized a bug collector. That's for the first one, initialization. Okay. Now the second one is what? The condition. Now this is more like the condition. We're saying for a day in range. This is a condition. We're specifying the condition of the loop. Okay. And then the last one is the increasing this value to keep the condition up. Okay. Saying, okay, while the range keeps increasing, keep, adding the value until you get the answer. All right. So this is the for loop method of solving this problem. Now let's move on to the while loop. Now, what if I want to use while loop to solve this problem? Now, the easy way is using a for loop, but I also want to use while loop. I just want to, use this opportunity to explain this, and let's get it right. So remember the 3 things I said: incrementation, condition, and initialization. So we first initialize and saying total non-bugs should be equal to 0, right? And then I'm going to also initialize my day, all right, to be equals to 1, because we're going to start counting from 1. That's the first thing I've done. I've initialized the things that I need. Now it's for me to use the while loop. Now, to use the while loop, if I want to count from 1 to 5, then I have to check while the day is less than or equals to, because while is a continuous loop statement. I'm going to say while day is less than or equals to 5, and then what are we going to do? We'll do the same thing we did in the first one. So I'm just going to go straight to the points, copy and paste whatever we did right here, because we're not doing anything less. Yeah. The only thing is just to change in the structure, and then I paste it right there. While day is less than, so I declare my bug now to be equals to, now impute the value for day 1. Now because we declared the variable as day, so it's easy, it's going to work the same way. And then we say total number of bugs, equals to bug. And now we're going to fulfill the last part. But before that, I'm not going to do anything. Let me just get out of the loop and print. Now I'm going to print the same thing I did up here. I'm just going to take this because it's almost the same. I just want to show you something. Okay, and then I get out of this and print right there. And now let's run this code and see what happens. Can you pause the video and guess? Can you pause this video and guess what you think is going to happen to this code? All right, if you said that it's going to be a forever loop, you're correct, because that is exactly what this loop is going to do, because we did not fulfill the last condition that says increment or decrement or decrement. So the loop will keep going because the day will remain as 1 and 1 is less than or equals to 5, and then you keep asking for the value. Now let's check that out. So when I click on that and then I press 3, you see it keeps asking me 3, 4, 5, 6, keeps going, and nothing, it will not stop. And then we might not get a solution. It will keep going because we did not fulfill the third condition. Now, do you now realize what I said about, initialize, condition, and increment or decrement? So this is where you're going to put your increments. Just increase the day by 1. So say day plus equals to 1, and that will solve the issue. Okay, so let's run it again. Now it's going to give me an error because I had to cut out of it, and then let's run it again now and see the difference. Now this time around I'm going to put in 10 again for day 2, 10 again for day 3, 10 again for day 4, and 10 again for day 5, and that will solve the issue. I hope you understand this. I hope this is easy for you. Please, you can, decide to use any of this method. I decided to provide 3 methods so that we can understand these concepts. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Thank you. I hope I did justice to this. Please comment in the comment section below if you feel there's anything I need to do, teaching this concept. If you feel I'm too fast, let me know. If you think I'm too slow, if you think I give too much detail, just let me know in the comment section below, okay? All right, let's move on. All right, I move to the next question. It says calorie burn running on a particular treadmill. Okay, so minutes. Okay, that's good. And say write a program that uses a loop to display the number of calorie burn after 10, 15, 20, and 30 minutes. This is straight up easy. All right, so I'm going to be using for loop for this. I don't think I want to use while loop for this. The reason why I don't want to use while loop is because it's going to take a long while, and I want this video to be really short, but I know I'll spend more time explaining the first question. So I'll just go straight to the point using a for loop. But please, if you feel you need to, explore using a while loop, you can also try it by yourself and, share with me in the comment section below. I'll be ready to, help you out. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm going to be using while loop. And, remember what I said about while loop. You can only use while loop for a list or a range of value. Sorry, I said while loop. You can only use for loop for a list or a range of value. And in this case, from what I'm saying, we need to create a list of value because we only need to just pick for 10, 15, I think 20. Let's see. 10, 15, 20, and 25. Yeah. So how do we do that? So like I said, we're going to create a while loop. We're going to create a for loop. So taking my time to think. Yeah, thinking about the approach. All right, so I'm going to create a list. I'm going to call it minutes. And the minutes is going to be in this form: 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Because these are the value we want to get. These are the value we want to get. These are the value we want to get the calories for. The calories that we're able to burn, right? It said 4.2 calories. So we need to declare this constant also because this is the value of calorie per minute. So I'm going to go to declaring calorie. I'm just going to put calorie, cal per min. Should be 4.2. All right. And what else do we need? I think that's all. So now we can use our loop. So remember what I said about loops. You just say 4 minutes in 4 minutes. That's how I use mine. Okay. I use singular. I've declared a variable in minutes. 4 minutes in minutes. Then what did I do? Then we need to add up. We need to multiply the calorie by each of the minutes. That's all. So we're going to say the cal burn will be equals to cal per minute multiplied by minutes. No, minutes, just one, because we're dealing with it. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Oh, multiplied by minutes. This is supposed to be minutes. Sorry about that. Yeah. Minutes. Yeah, so this is good. All right, so after doing that, then we need to print the value of calorie that is born, and that's all. So remember what I said. For each of the values, so I'm going to say print. For each of the values, so I'm going to say print. Print format, sorry about that. Print format, say the calories burned. I said burned. Calories burned after and then you put the time because we're using formats. So say minute after minute is calorie bond. Yeah. So now that's the solution for the second question. So let's run it. So this is the breakdown. We declare a list of minutes, and according to the question, they said we should get the calorie bond for 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, and calorie per minute, which is 4.2. And then I said for minutes. Now this minute is the variable declared for each of the elements in minutes. So this is a format. This is the syntax for for loop. Say for minutes in minutes, then calculate calorie bond, which is equals to what? Calorie per minute multiplied by minutes, and then we get the result, and that's all. So let's check it out, right? You see that? So you can see it says, well, the calorie bond after 10 minutes is 4.2, which is correct. Yeah, 4.2. Sorry, 42. You can even decide to put minutes in front. So, just for, like I said, I love being expressive. Let's go again. All right. So the calorie bond after 10 minutes is 42 minutes. After 15 minutes is 63 minutes. And this is the solution. All right. So, I noticed that I'm spending too much time on this. I'm going to say number 3 and 4. Let's do it 2 per video because I love to explain. So in the next video, I'm going to be solving question number 3 and 4. Please, I need you to comment in the comment section below if this is really helpful. All right. I want you to stay blessed, keep flourishing, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you, and have a blessed day.